Greetings, cheerio. It is TexAgs Rewind presented by T-Mobile. Yeah, we got a sponsor. We're kind of a big deal now. Welcome into the show. The Fan Show guys are here. And Matt, Blake, and Roy, you got a text message that showed up from the University of Texas and LSU about a shirt that they're now endorsing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but show it.
Well, yeah. It's let me pull it up. So it's a nice tank top. It's actually here on Twitter. Somebody retweeted it out. It's a tank top. You probably can't see it at all. Wherever it is.
But you can read it to us.
But it says never. Okay, it says in big letters says never quit, and in between in smaller says do your best. So if you read it the way you would read a book, it says never do your best, quit.
Never do your best.
And I'm fairly certain it does come in burnt orange and purple and gold.
Absolutely. But we're going to keep it going here on the show. OB had his Heisman watch. We appreciate that. The Shirtlift Law Firm bringing us that. Also, Stephen McGee on Zach Calzada and his growth this year. He's looked really good. And getting it done with Ryan Swope. He gets it done every week, and we appreciate Ryan joining the show. And Aaron Torres on UConn and the Aggies defense. That was your favorite part of it.
I love more UConn. Give me more UConn info.
Jim Mora Jr. got a big-time job, but we broke it all down here on TexAgs Rewind.
Tell you the truth, I wasn't quite prepared, and I've got to remind myself. But I remember the guys. I just don't remember the numbers.
I can get it for you.
So starting.
You want to just start with one, and by the time I find it, we can. You know what? I already found it. How about that? Actually,
well, yeah, but I need to see it. My goodness, David, I wish you would have reminded me.
I'm sorry, but I got it. I'll tell you the first one to remind you with. He's the Pittsburgh quarterback.
Can he pick it?
Can he pick it?
And I don't, but I don't know his numbers.
I'll give it to you.
Right,
Olin,
you give me.
I'll give you the info. This is the most awkward segment we've had in a while. In the last two games, Pickett has thrown for 935 yards, 6 touchdowns, 416 yards, and 3 TDs in a 54-29 win over Duke. As he goes, Pittsburgh goes.
It's true. And number 4. I've got Matt Corral, the quarterback from Ole Miss still. He completed 20-27 passes for 324 yards and a touchdown in that 27-14 victory over Liberty. He's not able to run like he was early in the year because of an ankle problem, but overall he's passed for 2,527 yards, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and has rushed for 528 yards and 10 touchdowns.
He was, for the most part, I think, was he ever number 1 on your list? Or
yes, for 1 week.
1 week or 2?
I think I might have said it was 1A and 1B with him and Bryce Young at the time.
So C.J. Stroud has passed him up, huh?
Yeah, I think so. He threw for 405 yards and 2 touchdowns in that victory over Nebraska. Overall, he's thrown for 2,675 yards, 25 touchdowns with 5 interceptions. I think Corral's injuries have compromised his productivity, and you just got to factor into that. Otherwise, Dennis Dixon would have won it in 2007 instead of Tim Tebow.
Absolutely. Number 2 was your number 1 for the most part, but the last couple of weeks has dropped to the second spot.
Yeah, I brought down Bryce Young a notch, in the much closer than expected 20-14 victory over LSU. He still threw for 302 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's thrown for 2,755 yards this season, completed almost 75% of his throws, 28 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Okay.
Good numbers.
Yeah, very good numbers.
You know who I think might be the best player in college football?
Who's that?
Jordan Love. Is that his name? Not Jordan Love.
What's his name?
What is it? Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. There you go.
Jordan Love's a quarterback at Green Bay.
Green Bay
That
Packers.
360-pound lineman at Georgia that moves really well.
A lot of people say he could win the Heisman.
Yeah, I don't know if he can because the numbers are part of it, a big part of it. And if he was having like Ndamukong Suh numbers at Nebraska, I guess that was 2008.
Right.
If he was having those kind of numbers, maybe. But anyway, number 1 on my list right now is still Kenneth Walker, the Michigan State running back. They lost to Purdue, but he had 146 yards and a touchdown, leads the nation with 1,340 rushing yards, and has run for 15 touchdowns. Catches a few, too.
If they take care of business, they'll be in the college football playoffs. And he'll still be the front runner if that's – Now, what happens if you extrapolate everything that's happening, but both Bama and Michigan State get to the playoffs with 1 loss? And that would mean Bama beats Georgia, because I don't think Bama's making it if they lose to Georgia.
Yeah, that's a good question. And if Bryce Young just had a great day, which he would have to have, I would think, to beat Georgia, unless somehow they got into a defensive struggle, then I think Bryce Young would have a great chance. But as long as Kenneth Walker keeps running the way he is, I think he's gotten everybody's attention. He might be tough to beat because he's going to have a big game against Ohio State for Michigan State to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think there were a couple plays in there that he's got to clean up, and you actually can see him leaving the field, and Jimbo's on top of him about it, and that's always a good indicator, who's at fault. But to your point, I agree. I think he made a lot of really good throws. He put the ball in the money, and you got guys that are potential first, second round picks or all conference players. You got to make those plays, right? I mean, I don't think we're asking them to make plays that are absurd, one-handed catches. I think what we're asking them to do is just when the ball hits you right between the numbers, make the play, right? And specifically a couple of those on third and long, chance to move the chains and extend drives, especially when you're backed up, kind of win the field position battle, even if you don't get points, and you drop it inexplicably. I mean, they're just some really, really disappointing plays in there, and it's from really good football players too. So that's a little bit tough. I know Zach throws a heater, and everybody wants to talk about, he throws too hard. No, I mean, who was it? One of the quarterback coaches in Green Bay famously said whenever they had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and they have this quarterback camp in the off season, and he's like, I don't pay you guys to throw the football with touch or anything else. You put it on the money. They get paid to catch the football. And so I've always remembered that. I mean, those were two guys that had as strong as arm as anybody. And if these guys want to go on and play in the NFL, there's going to be 10 to 12 quarterbacks right now in the NFL that have as strong of an arm as Zach, if not stronger. And so what are you going to say to Josh Allen? I can't catch it. You throw it too hard. I mean, that doesn't exist. That guy doesn't get to play. So, the exciting part though for this offense, I guess, and for the team as a whole, is that they're not even playing their best football yet.
Oh man, I think I'm going to have to give this one to the defensive front. It was our pass rush was pretty impressive, and honestly, I think collectively the defense just played fantastic and able to get some pressure on the quarterback and create a couple big time turnovers. And it was a heck of a performance by that wrecking crew over there.
Yeah, man, that's I think that's what we kind of had hoped before the season started, and they would do it for like halves. They did that all game long, my friend.
Yeah, Tyree Johnson. I mean, that guy's been fun to watch. That entire front, DeMarvin Leal, Michael Clemens, those guys are really just. It looks like they're having fun and they're doing the little things correct, just the fundamentals. And I think that sometimes as a defense you can get frustrated and some things can go wrong, but they've really just kept their poise all year, and it just looks like they're letting loose and having fun.
Yeah, man, they're getting it fun. They're getting it done without a doubt. It's been fun to watch their growth. All right, who's going to get it done this weekend against Ole Miss?
Man, honestly, I'd probably go back to that defensive line. I know Ole Miss has allowed 21 sacks, 22 sacks this year. So I mean, it's not like they're protecting their quarterback real well. So if I were to take any group, I'd take them right now, just the way that they're playing, and they're playing at a very high level. So I'll take that defensive line.
I got a real hot take. Have you seen my spicy meatball on Michigan State?
I need to see it. Tell me about it.
Okay. My stance is this, is that, so everyone's freaking out, Michigan. How is Michigan ranked over Michigan State? They have the head-to-head win. I think that was the committee putting out the test balloon to let you know, we said head-to-head win matters. It really doesn't matter. And I think they are setting up the scenario where if they have to eventually pass Ohio State as a 12-1 Big Ten champ over Oregon as a 12-1 Pac-12 champ with the head-to-head win, that was the trial balloon to say, head-to-head wins sort of matter, but they really don't matter, because we criticize the committee for everything, and I think a lot of it's justified. It'll be an interesting conversation if it is clear by the end of the year that Ohio State is the better team playing really good football, and if they beat Michigan and Michigan State on top of everything they've done, it probably will be pretty clear. But then also playing better, tougher schedule, all that stuff. So I think that's what that was to me. Was let the committee letting everybody know, we said head-to-head win matter, and it does right now. It does right now. But if Ohio State beats Michigan, Michigan State, and Wisconsin or whoever in the Big Ten championship game, we're not putting it out of the realm of possibility that if Alabama beats Georgia or Texas A&M maybe as a 2-loss SEC champ beats Georgia, that we could possibly move some teams ahead of Oregon if we absolutely need to.
Did you just cough on the air?
I did. I was trying to do it before we jumped
Yeah,
on.
no, I want that on the video. I want
right.
the world to know that
I
you
did it.
ruined.
It's unbelievable, really.
Hopefully
Isn't it? Like, how do I work in this environment? Blake,
You know what? Get out.
no, you can stay. You can stay. Nah, you should leave. No, you stay.
Okay.
Blake, tell everybody what to do.
Like, share, and subscribe.
This guy's great.
Just
Nailed
like,
it.
it was like he rehearsed it, but he didn't.
Matt
I'm
taught me
sorry,
the
I'm
ways.
sorry he forgot to tell you
Tell
to
you what.
comment.
Comment.
Oh, okay. See, that's
Oh,
why I
man.
needed
Oh,
you. That's why I
jeez.
needed you.
Tell you what, spend the rest of your day and tomorrow, Friday, and the weekend with the same energy that Aaron Torres brought to
Yes.
the radio talking about UConn.
Bring it.
Dude was
That
fired
kind of
up.
energy. I'll tell you what, he could have been up in the stands in Kyle with the students. He had that kind of energy today.
For the first person that comments, I can't even speak English. What should they say? Something weird.
First? I don't know.
How about this?
South McKinney.
South McKinney. If anybody puts that on there, you'll win a virtual award of nothing, but we'll just give you a little like.
I'll give you a 3% discount on your next roof.
Whoa!
3.5. Let's go crazy. 3.5.
Jeez.
Bye.